All right, so in today's video, I am going to go over one of our important math skills, perimeter. So this is a skill that you have probably learned about before, and it's not in our sixth grade curriculum for math, but it's really, really important to remember how to do this. So I wanted to take a day to go over this skill and remind you how to do it. All right, so let's get started. Perimeter is the distance around an object. So, to show you on this page, perimeter is all around. So it's sort of like a fence around an object. So that is perimeter, the area, or I'm sorry, the distance around an object. So when we're finding perimeter, all we need to do is add up the sides of the shape. So here we have a square, so it's 6 inches on one side, which means it's 6 inches on every other side because a square has equal sides. So all we have to do is add up the sides, 6, 6, 6, and 6. So we're going to add those up. Another way to look at that would be 6 times 4, right? So 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 is the same as 6 times 4. And 6 times 4 is 24. So the perimeter of this shape, after we've added up all of the sides, is 24. But when we are doing perimeter, you can't just say the answer is 24. You always want to include the units. So in this case, we can see that this square is measured in inches. IN dot is short for inches. Okay, so we want to make sure that we label our answer with the units. So 24 inches is the perimeter of this shape. All right, let's move on to another example. So you're not always going to have to find the perimeter of a square. Sometimes you might see something like this. We have a triangle here, and a triangle, as you know, has 3 sides. And in this case, this triangle has 3 sides that are all different lengths. So all we have to do again is add up the size or the length of each side. So we're going to add 12 plus 7 plus 11. So I'm going to add these up. 1 plus 7 is 8, and 8 plus 2 is 10. So I'm going to put a 0 down, carry my 1, 1, 2, 3. So my perimeter is 30. So the perimeter of this shape is 30, and we cannot forget our units. So I'm going to go back and look at the measurements, and our units are centimeters. So my perimeter of this shape is 30 centimeters. All right, so I hope you're starting to get the hang of this, or at least maybe it's starting to refresh your memory about how to do perimeter. We're just going to do one more, and you're going to see why we're going to do this last one. So this is a very odd shape. This is a shape that has 6 sides. And although it seems like it may be harder to do, it really isn't much harder. All you have to do now is add up all of these small sides. So we have a 2-foot side, 3-foot side, a 2-foot side, 5, 4, and 5. So really all we have to do is add those up. And you could really probably do it in your head if you just counted. So let's say I wanted to start here with this 5-foot side. I would say, okay, 5 feet plus 2 feet is 7. 5 plus 2 is 7. 7 plus 3 is 10. 10 plus 2 is 12. 12 plus 5 is 17. And 17 plus 4 is 21. So you could do it that way, or you can always get out a piece of paper and just add up all the sides. So let's again start over here with this 5. And when I do this, I like to cross them off as I go, so I make sure that I don't write this another number twice. So 5, then we've got 2, Then we've got 3, another 2, 5, and the last one is 4. So now I know I've got all my numbers here, and now I'm just going to add them up. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So all of those sides added up is 21. So the perimeter of the shape is 21 feet. 21 feet. So let's say that this shape was the shape of my backyard, okay? So let's say that this was where my house was, right? And my backyard was this shape. And if I called a fence company and I told them, hey, I want a fence put in around my backyard, well, the measurement that they would need would be the perimeter of my yard. Now, since the back of my house is right here, I probably wouldn't count that side. I would just have to find the perimeter of this section. So my fence would be in the red. My fence would have to go all the way around like this. Excuse my lines are not very straight, but I'm trying to do it with my mouse. So if this red line represents how much fence I needed, then I would add up 5 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2 plus 5. And that would be the length of fence that I would need. So that's just a real life example of when you might use perimeter. Perimeter is a tool, is a skill in math that you will use for your whole life. So it's a very important thing to understand. So hopefully this video helped you remember your perimeter skills. And so today's activity is going to have you practice this a little bit. All right, so good luck.